Hey everyone, in this video we'll talk about Gemini CLI's custom slash command. We'll first talk about what they are and why do we need custom slash commands in the first place. We'll then talk about how can we create them in an easy to understand step-by-step manner. And lastly, I'll also share with you a repository which contains a set of pre-built slash commands that you can start leveraging today. So let's jump right in. So what is a slash command in the first place? For that, I'm going to invoke Gemini CLI within my Visual Studio Code instance. Now again, you can leverage Gemini CLI as a standalone through your terminal, through gcloud shell or VS Code. Now that I'm within my instance, if I type in slash, I would see a set of commands. These commands include inbuilt slash commands as well as custom slash commands. Inbuilt slash commands are what's provided by the CLI itself, for example, authentication, about, chat, etc. And they all perform a certain task. And I also have my own custom slash command. These custom slash commands are nothing but a shortcut for some of your most repeated or favorite prompts that you tend to use regularly. Now, I know what you're thinking. You don't have to be a developer to take advantage of the Gemini CLI's custom slash command. I use it all the time for my productivity workflows, for synthesizing documents, for summarizing web pages, and even renaming expense receipts. And I'll show you that in just a bit. Now, before we talk about how do you create your own custom slash command, let's first talk about where do you create them in the first place. There's two locations where you might want to create it. One, you would want to create it at a global level, which is going to be within your root directories, Gemini, and then you would create a folder called commands, and that's where you would start creating it. Any custom slash command that's created at the global level is available for all projects within the Gemini CLI instance. Or the second option is to create a project specific custom slash command, and that would be within your project with the .gemini folder. You would create a commands folder and then create it within it. Great. There's also namespacing. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Now let's take a look at a custom slash command and what it contains. Every custom slash command ends with a .toml extension, and it's created within the commands folder as I specified before. You can either store it within your project or at a global level. In this case, I have it within my project and I have a bunch of slash commands. So let's look at one of them. Now within this directory, I have a slash command called rename receipts.toml. Now the name of the file is going to be the actual slash command, rename-receipts. There's two parameters that every slash command needs to have. Number one, the description, which is what is going to populate when you type in the slash command with the name. It's also going to give you the description and the detailed prompt. I have a detailed instruction on what this is supposed to do. Essentially, what I'm doing here is I tend to take a lot of images on my phone for expensing my receipts for my company, and I store all of that in a single folder. But that images is not very descriptive. I now use Gemini's model to make more sense of the receipt and to make it more descriptive. How does it do that? Because it's multimodal by default. It's able to understand the contents of the image, and then it's automatically able to also rename every single image within that folder. So that's the instructions that I've given it. I've also specified that you'll have to leverage the inbuilt tools like list directory, read file, etc. And also specified like a run shell command, which is again an inbuilt tool to rename these files. It doesn't have to be this verbose. You can make it super simple prompts that you're repeatedly using. For example, I have one which is like a TLDR file, which essentially takes an article, web page, and then it summarizes it for you. Now let's go back to this file, the rename receipts. If you look at this looks like a static prompt. What sets slash commands apart is this particular arguments variable. Now this is what converts this from not just being a static prompt to something that you can specify on the fly. For example, if I specify my slash command and I append it with my directory information, that is going to be passed into this prompt. And now it's a standard formatting. You can specify any number of arguments and it's going to take it in the order that it received it from. Now let's take a look at how this custom slash command would work in theory. I'm going to specify / and it's giving me the list, which is the name of the custom slash command, the toml file, rename receipt. And it also gives me the description, which is organize and rename expense reports. So I'm going to give that, and then I'm also going to pass in my arguments, which is going to be the folder path where it contains the images. Now I'm going to hit enter. It's going to take each of these images within that folder, analyze the content, and then rename it accordingly. You can see that it completed the rename with the date at which this was transacted, the name of the restaurant, as well as total amount in the bill. This is amazing because again, like I said, it's not just for developer workflows. You can also use it for your day-to-day productivity. Now that we talked about custom slash commands, let's also talk about namespacing. So what is a namespace? So let's assume you have a bunch of slash commands that you tend to repeatedly use, and you want to group them together under a logical structure. So that's where namespace would come into picture. For example, I have here a rename receipts. I could potentially have a rename for screenshots as well. That's also something that I tend to do often. And you can have the rename a different logic for renaming your screenshot. So the way I would organize this inside a namespace is I would go to the commands folder, and then I would click on new folder. I would say AI-rename. And now I'm going to move those receipts toml within that rename AI rename, because AI rename is already present in the namespace. So let's go ahead and see how that would look. So now if I type in AI-rename, I can see that after a colon, I find the receipts. So that's how the namespace is structured. In this case, AI rename is going to be the name of the namespace, which is the folder. And underneath that, I have the actual slash command, which is receipts. Great. Now that we talked about how do you create a slash command, what if you didn't want to create a slash command from the scratch? What if you wanted to leverage something that's already pre-existing? Thankfully for us, one of our community members created this website, which is called .gemini.dev, which contains a list of predefined slash commands that you can start leveraging right away. And it's also organized by the use case like design, development, FinOps, etc. Feel free to give this a shot, and you can also submit your own slash commands. That's all for this video. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.